Hey guys, what's going on? Chase, thank you so much. I know you're listening on the other end here. Deshaun, thank you. And Dylan, thank you so much for the tier 1 subs. 2 months and 2 months and 17. Jeez, what's going on, guys? Today is literally going to be, let's just have some fun and talk about keyboards. Like, I feel like, Rob, thank you so much for the prime, dude. 1 year? Jeez, dude. Whereas the kids say these days. Sheesh. But, yeah, we're just going to have some fun, man. I feel like every week, we haven't actually done... Well, there was one time, it was during around, I think, the holidays. We haven't done a Keebcast, just the three of us, in a long time. A very, very long time. All right, I'm going to switch this over. We're just going to... Sheesh, what's going on, guys? What's going on? All right, let me bring us on over here. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? How is everybody? Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Alex, sing for us. I don't feel like bursting anyone's eardrums today.
Alex, you're a man of the culture. That sheesh comment got everybody going in chat for a second there.
That's because, okay, originally, by the way, it was G's, all right? And it was just G's. Like, it would happen here. It was a Toronto thing. At least I feel it was. Now it's sheesh, apparently. So I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with the times. Yeah. Hey, Alex, do you know any aftermarket solder PCBs? Aftermarket that would fit the Vega? I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. But yeah, hello everybody. Well, with 3 classy lads edge to edge, I changed up the layout. I thought this looked a little bit cooler. What do you guys think? You guys like the layout like this? Do you guys like it? I just ordered the Thermal Plus. Oh, that's... Dude, honestly, the Thermal's a really nice one. You ended up going to Thermal. Did you guys end up getting Thermal Plus or looking into the new Sequence 2 of Thermals? Mr. Chase and Reagan?
I haven't yet.
No?
I'm waiting on the original Thermal. But I do want to jump in and grab it at some point.
Which one are you going to get? The Plus?
Yeah.
Ooh, how about you, Chase?
I'm really thinking about it. I have not yet dropped more than $200 on a keyboard for myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I mean, the most expensive board I have, I guess, would be the Clip A. And I mean, that's like an all-in kit of about $200.
Okay. So you're saying like the base kits then?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spent more than $200 on a board. I have been really good at holding myself back. Although I say that, and then I told you guys a few months back, but my family got me a U80 for Christmas. So whenever those come in, I wouldn't buy one for myself, but they bought me one. So I'm really excited about that when that finally comes in. But I want a Thermal. I just don't know if I can get myself to spend that much money on me.
What, dude? You should, if you have obviously financial responsibility, chat, remember that. But if you obviously have it, honestly, it's a nice keyboard. Yeah, treat yourself. Don't be that's the thing. I know we talk a lot about that, but I think there is a point where you can just treat yourself and you can be like, all right, that was not a bad purchase for me.
It's treat yourself if you can.
If you can.
With the Thermal, when Reagan gets his, I'm going to run down to Austin. It'll take me a few days, but I'm going to run down there and I'll try his and see how it feels because I've heard it's all about the experience with the Thermal, the typing experience. So
yeah, I'd say so. Some
Apparently
people
mine ships soon, so I'll let you know.
I think I saw 2 people ask, do you mind if I do a typing test, guys, of the Epoch, the Jelly Epoch?
I would love for you to do a typing.
You might have to turn me up on stream though, because I don't think Discord will catch it.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, let me show you. This is the Jelly Epoch, by the way. If you guys didn't already know, Ludwig, thank you so much for your prime. We built this today. So this is Owl Lab's newest keyboard. It's a 75%. And just to explain to you guys too, like Mr. Chase and Reagan, this is like 3-piece construction. There's a weight, there's a bottom piece, there's a mid piece, there's a top piece, and there's a plate. Like there's a lot of pieces to this. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. I think the sound profile's fantastic. But here, I'll quickly show you guys again in chat. You guys will probably hear a fan in the background. I'm not turning it off. It's so hot. There's something very nice about this. Oh, that's these Windows sound. But there's something very nice about this keyboard, honestly. It sounds very good. It's very woody. It has grains of oak barrel inside of it, you know? Switches, these are the Duroc Palm Linears. You know, I have to admit, I have to really... I put a lot of interest into more and more of these switches that are just not recolors. Like, I think I'm getting over my JWK recolor phase. I'm starting not to care about recolors. Like, I see a recolor, I'm like, well, I already have like X amount of these that I haven't used from last time. Like, unless the build's like really, really important, which, you know, I'm speaking from a place of having multiple builds. Mm-hmm. I just stopped caring. Like, I just get a bunch of H1s now. They're all black. They fit with everything, and there you go. Like,
easy.
That's it. Yeah. People that don't know the meme are going to start taking this wood talk seriously. I think that's all, honestly... I think that's low-key the goal, too. Because sound tests are so subjective, so it's like, why should we take them 100% seriously, you know?
All right, explain the meme now. No,
okay.
See, I'm already lost in this.
Okay, so to explain the meme, Wilba, while we were doing was it the Salvation? I don't know. I think it was, maybe we were watching Apiary. We all decided to call it woody sounding because sound tests are getting subjective, so why don't we just say, like, there's a whole bunch of, like, hints of wood or oak, you know? Maybe some mahogany inside there,
like you're tasting a wine or something.
Kinda.
Trying to come up with a palate.
Yeah, you know, like, you ever see those people swishing wine around? They're like, yes, it tastes like raspberries, aged 14 years in the field. You know, like, it's just like, it's so ridiculous. Some hops, yeah, it's very hoppy. Yeah, yeah. This has been in the bushes in the field for 14 years, and I can taste it. It's like kind of like that, you know. It's like dumb. I'm a keyboard. Yeah. Fragrant. This is a very fragrant sound. Alex, what are the red caps using the key called? Crimson Cadet. There's so many nice keycap sets coming out, man.
You said those are the Duroc Palm Linears in there?
Yeah, dude. So it's a palm housing, and honestly,
I've looked into those. I've heard good.
Very good.
So
yeah.
What I've heard is, and I don't want to. I don't know. This is kind of like it's not a hot take thing, but I've heard they're like a really, really good alternative to creams.
Interesting. I think creams are a little bit more on the high pitch clack.
Okay, so they're much lower pitched than creams.
Are they woodier?
You know what I think though? I think these definitely have a bit more of a smoother downstroke and upstroke than the creams do, with the same like lubing and everything too. And I don't know. I think I'm just more into these than the creams. I have lots of creams I still need to go through. For me, it's like really hard for me to want to use creams because I do feel a bit of that scratchiness. I'm always like, meh, I don't know if I want to do this. But what about you guys? Are you guys still rocking creams? Is anyone still rocking creams here? I feel like after the Tfue thing, like, it blew up, and then I don't know. Now I don't see a lot of people. I think JWK and Duroc are like the big thing right now. Not a fan of creams. Cream pacas are the big thing.
Creamsicles.
Creamsicles too. Yeah, Chase, you want me to use creamsicles, huh?
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Duroc L7s, yeah. A lot of people using Durocs. I'm recently enjoying my V4 Frost. Oh, the Giants? I have those too. Just mine were a little inconsistent. I'm going to go through them all again. These are these ones. I'm going to go through them all again and see exactly why that was. Also, I have questions for you guys. And questions for Reagan and Chase. I thought of this beforehand because I don't know. It was just like the weirdest thing. Zoo? Wait, I don't even know if this works. Zoo. Oh, it does work. Thank you so much, Zoo. I appreciate that, man. Wow. Thanks, Zoo. What is the weirdest flex you've ever seen in the keyboard world so far? Like, obviously not being toxic, but like, what's the weirdest flex? Like the straight, like you're like, okay, that's strange.
Okay, I already have an answer for this, but
okay,
you may not like it, Alex.
Tell me, it's probably me.
It's your damn knife in the picture with all your keyboards.
That's a great flex, dude.
It takes away from the keyboards. It's too good looking.
Really? You think it's too good? I went really high pitched. You think it's too good looking?
That knife it steals the show.
Where's my knife?
It's a problem.
Oh, it's right here. This
you put it next to a keyboard and it kind of steals the show.
This beautiful.
So maybe it's not a weird flex. Maybe it's more of a like, it's so big of a flex that I don't know. It outdoes the keyboards.
Yeah, you think? I don't know. Okay. You know what? Now I'm gonna take that and be like, all right. Not the headphones, says Gold Top. Oh, that's a good one too.
I don't think I've ever had a flex on me. Like I don't think I've ever even come across, not one that I can recall and like cite right now.
You've never been flexed on?
I've had a weird flex on Instagram against me. Like someone looked at one of my sound. This is way back in the day when I used to post the sound tests on Instagram, and someone said I can type with more fingers than you. Quit. And it's like, all right, man.
Weird flex.
Weird, dude.
I typed on an Alice yesterday. That was nice.
It just what Alice was it?
TGR Alice. I don't know. Like,
ooh.
Yeah, it was.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, so I have a Cheshire Alice, and I haven't built it. It's got a Palm half plate, but that was the first time I'd ever typed on an Alice layout keyboard, and I really liked it because I'm sure as everyone knows it separates your typing position. Like it forces you to correctly type on the two sides of the keyboard.
Yeah.
And yeah, my words per minute, I can say the highest I got in the 3 typing tests was 95. So I'm proud of myself. So there's my flex on to all of you. 95 words per minute on an Alice.
That's actually dude, when I'm typing on an Alice, my WPM like is already like 75 on a really good day, you know? And on an Alice it's like 55, maybe 50 on a really good day. So just use Skull Candy earbuds. Bro, I used to use Skull Candy. I remember when they first came out, it was like the biggest thing. Like do you guys remember when those things came out? Like everyone went nuts for them.
Weren't they like really reasonably priced too? Wasn't that like
yes.
the bad? Is like they were decent sounding audio for really good price. Yeah. 2013 sounds about right.
Yeah, they were really good. They were really well priced, and they positioned themselves in like the budget market. They sounded pretty good. They didn't last very long, from what I remember. But then
they
for some reason,
was another thing.
Yeah, they looked pretty good. But then for some reason, Skull Candy's like, all right, since we've now captured the market, we're gonna do what everyone else does and release $150 headphones that are junk and that don't last.
It's okay to release like $29.99 headphones that are junk.
Yeah, because you expect when you pay $30. Yeah.
Dude, you know what headset got me fucked up with the Astros? I returned those the day I bought them.
I was always Turtle Beach gang. Like I had like when I used to play console back in the day, it was always Turtle Beaches.
Turtle Beaches? I remember those being like I remember like Turtle Beaches were like the really expensive ones too.
Okay, in my mind.
Remember.
Okay, so for me, like I worked in like professional Call of Duty scene, right, for a while back in like 2014, 2015. And in my mind, like Astro was like, even though I knew audio wise they weren't good, it was the fact that they have that like that mix amp literally made it where everybody could like tune what they were like on console, could tune everything to where they wanted it to be. And Astro was like the top tier, and in my mind, like Turtle Beach was like Walmart budget brand headset. I could not. I'm sorry,
dude. Okay,
I'm being honest. Like that. Like, that's what I saw them do. They were like,
I'm talking like middle school. Okay, so this isn't like 2014. This is like back in the day.
Reagan, can you imagine us now? Like, well, the keyboard scene now. Like, pretend we're still in the keyboards. We still have keyboards, but we were in high school. Like, imagine like the drama with keyboards in a high school environment.
This is a high school environment with the drama that we have here. What do you mean?
Okay, well, you know, you didn't have to say it like that.
The fact that there's keyboard drama should say something.
There you go. Derek's like, true, dude. I have a $50 Turtle Beach set. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Reagan's spitting sheesh. Yeah, he's spitting sheesh. Sure, IEMs when I want to play drums. I never really got into instruments when I was younger. The Keychron K2 or the hot swappable, or a GMMK Pro. I haven't tried the K2. I haven't tried any of those like Keychrons, iDiebow stuff. I have tried the GMMK Pro, and I will say it's honestly not that bad. If that's something you were legitimately interested in, I can really recommend it. Like there is some things like go watch my video on it for sure. Just so I don't have to repeat myself to everyone here who's already watched it. Some things wrong with it for sure. I'm hoping in the next iteration those things will be fixed. But I think one big thing is if companies are willing to take criticism and not take it from a bad spot, like take it from a spot of love, I guess, and then legitimately prove on their products. Not just go yeah. I think there's definitely going to be a really good iteration of the GemMK Pro for next time, right? Not saying there's anything really bad or inherently like fundamentally wrong with this GemMK Pro. Obviously, the gaskets could have been implemented better, but I think that's the biggest thing. Right?
I think Glorious is known for delivering what they know their customer base wants to. I mean, started with their was it the Model O, and immediately then they release a ergo version, and then they pull out the wireless versions of both. I mean, they get around to releasing what the customers want. So I think they'll definitely hit the nail on the head eventually with that whole product line.
Yeah, it's a keyboard at least. Yeah, and I think it's still done like very well. Like it's done very well for sure. Like there's definitely a lot of interesting things about that board. Like I said, there's something in that board that I've never seen, which I'm like, bro, more people need to do this, which is the cable channel, those little like indentations. Such a good idea.
Wait, internally?
Yeah. And the cable channel for the GST connector, there's like a little indentation to kind of put the cable underneath so it doesn't pop out when you're constructing the case. So I did run out of PC. Such a good idea.
I will say, and I'm not saying this just because Alex is here, I did watch a lot of people's videos on that keyboard because once that embargo finally lifted and everybody was able to post their videos, Alex, that was a really solid YouTube video from you.
Oh, thanks.
You're very concise, very straight to the point with everything, and I don't know, it was very entertaining to watch. The video had really good flow and everything. So
I feel like because it's not that I don't want to do B-roll. It's first, I don't really have the time these days. And honestly, I think from my perspective, and I want to know actually your guys' opinions too. If I do something like that, like that's what I normally do. I do top-down videos. I talk about the keyboard, and it's just like in and out as many points as I can within a certain time frame. The B-roll's nice, but I also feel like from my perspective, I personally get super distracted with B-roll. And sometimes I don't know, maybe it's just the way my brain works. I kind of lose focus on what the person's saying. Like all the time. There's nobody I've never, like I'll get so enticed by like the actual product.
So, I think there's people I go to for B-roll. Like I go to because I know they're good at making videos, right? Like there's people that I'll go to their channel because I'm like, okay, this will have some nice shots in it, right? But then there's people I go to strictly for information, and B-roll is not really what I'm looking for.
The one person I will say who's mastered both of it, honestly, who I legitimately, well, I think it's just his voice as well, is Bad Seed.
Brian?
Yeah, Bad Seed's voice can like make you lock on.
Yeah, and his B-roll's pretty...
And his B-roll's fantastic.
Nuts.
His camera is so crispy. But his
like
voice,
sandpaper audio, but like in a good way.
His voice like grabs your shoulders and like talks to you like sternly, dude. He's like, listen to me right now.
You can't ignore a word I say.
No, you cannot. This is me. Bad Seed is the best B-roll, but I agree. His voice, let's go. Yeah, I know.
You could tell me to jump off a cliff, to be honest.
Charlie said like a teacher, but it's more like a coach.
Yeah, I'd say it's more like, it is like a teacher though. Like I can definitely understand that aspect as well. But that's what I'm hoping to like do more. Like I'm gonna do one on the Jelly Epoch as well, the one that's currently sitting over here. But I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting things going forward with videos coming out, I guess, from myself. But the one thing that never stops is weird Instagram comments. So I would like to read you guys a few weird Instagram comments if that's something you guys are interested in hearing about.
I am ready for weird Instagram comments.
Do you have a juice box?
Would like weird Instagram comments. So I'm not going to show you guys because I don't want to obviously dox anybody. But I do have a juice box. It's the best thing in the world, dude.
Okay.
Is that orange juice?
It's Clementine. 60% less sugar, boys. All right. So first person had messaged me saying, he said, I'm gonna be asking nicely, just this one time. I'll take one keyboard from your collection. You have too many. Thank you. Proceeds to put his address. Next person just sent me a picture of fish and fruits mixed into a bowl and said, have a good day.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty positive. Like, I'd like to wake up to that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I didn't answer it though, because
That one gets a like.
the picture kind of creeped me out a little bit.
Can you show the picture without doxing anything?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
It was kind of gory looking.
It's TOS.
Yeah. Another person, I thought this one here was really funny. I didn't see this person like message me, but I guess they had messaged me. I posted a picture of my Ross and Rad Zero headphones.
Okay.
So I ended up answering their question because they said, is that a microphone or a headphone? Which I can understand because like the grill kind of looks like a microphone. But then I scrolled up, and for the last year, he had sent me a message almost like once a week asking me for a free keycap. So there's that. Someone asked me if I can get the size of a rotary knob in millimeters. Then they corrected themselves and said nanometers. I don't even know what the fuck that is, guys, to be honest. Nor would I know how to get that. So, I'm sorry. Someone said, hello there, I like the color blue. You've built a blue keyboard. I'll take it. And then took a screenshot of or took like a photo with their camera of a stream I did from like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. So there was that too.
He's in here. He's like
taking into their photo. He's like, I caught you, bitch.
Here's Alex outing me.
I still
Alex
want that
outing me.
keyboard.
What else was a weird? They're all deleted now for the most part. These are just from like the last like little bit things
my
I've
God.
kept, right? Shoot your shot. The thing with shoot your shot, and I think it's weird because like it's overwhelming as well. Like there are so many people who ask for free things, and like I get it. You should
do this too.
Yeah, like you should always shoot your shot for sure. But I feel like, well, yes, shoot your shot. From a smaller creator or smaller business point of view, like I don't know, like what's the payoff?
There's a strategic way to shoot your shot as well.
Yeah.
Because even like from let's break this down into like, you know, like a hypothetical.
Shit.
Like even you're playing basketball, you don't shoot your shot at the defenders right in front of you. You got to kind of finesse them a little bit.
There you go.
Alex is the defender.
Yeah. So if you like introduce yourself and talk to him a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't
Tell
shoot
me
my
as a
shot if
nice
the girl already
mustache.
rejected me. Oh, ninja. Screw it, man. Just keep doing you, man. Improve yourself. That's all that matters. That's what I'm doing, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm just improving myself. Pulling up, splashing in their eyes, bro. Young Kobe. All right. Just sent you a DM, my guy. Can I get a free hug? You guys can all get free hugs. Are you kidding me? But keyboards have been... So just some reference to talk about the history of Keebcast, because I actually want to talk about this. We've been doing this since when, Chase?
January 9th, 2020.
So it's been over a year. We did take a little break because we got busy with some stuff. Reagan was finalizing some move things, I believe.
Yeah,
But we've been doing this for a long... I'd say like a longer time now. I'll shoot my shot with Reagan.
A year, probably.
A little over a year, yeah. I was like, Netflix and chill. He said, I'm not that type of girl. Oh, man.
I did say that.
January 9th is my birthday. Well, happy belated, my dude. But yeah, we started this with the idea of sharing our experiences as new people in the hobby, or newer people in the hobby, and kind of explaining things. For example, you know, how we found Mech Market to be, and how we found X product to be, or what to look for in a budget board and stuff like that. But I feel like it's gone past that to the point now where it's, when we interview people, it's talking about hot button issues or other things within the hobby itself, and a lot of positive things too. But I think the one thing that we don't really go over too often is, how would you say that your experiences, and this is for you guys in chat too, how would you say all of your guys' experiences have changed since you started the hobby? You know, Has there been better changes? Do you feel like you have more understanding now? Do you still feel like every day there's a learning process that happens every single day?
I definitely do. I feel like I learn stuff every single day. Like I'm sure people would be surprised because they're like, oh, vendor in the community, but I learn stuff every day.
Yeah.
For sure. Continuing education is amazing.
I feel like a locked-in hermit now. I feel you there. What about you, Chase?
Yeah, I mean, looking at it like you were saying, it's been about a year since we've done the podcast, and looking at the whole scene and seeing how much it's grown in just a year since we started doing the podcast. Like even going back and like listening to some of the earlier stuff, like what we were talking about, there's just so much more available information now out there. Like there's just a lot of content if you want to learn about anything in the hobby. It's a lot easier to find than it was a year ago. Now, I don't think everything's very easy to find, and I think that there still needs to be a lot of content made. There's a lot of topics that still need to be discussed and whatnot, but
thank you.
The progression of the whole scene and community and hobby it's been crazy to watch over the last year alone. I mean,
and that's the thing too. I think even from perspective of looking at it too, is looking at the hobby from, I guess, a stance of, let's just say, pretend, let's just remove ourselves from it. Looking at it grow has been, even in the last 12 months alone, since COVID started. So what, the last 14 months, let's just say, has been insane. And Kiwi King and Sinful, thank you so much for your primes and tier 1s. Goldtop says real Bilbo Baggings hours due to COVID. Honestly, yeah, I know. I've honestly learned a lot of patience. I think patience is definitely, if I took a real world trait, to apply to an everyday situation, is patience is a huge thing, as well as a sense of larger community and what it means to be in a community. I think out of everything I've done in the last 10 years, this is the most community driven thing that I've ever done. I'm waiting to buy Civilization for my first build. That's gonna be awesome, Brisk. I'm really pumped up for you. Met a lot of good and interesting people. Hell yeah, dude. My wallet started hating me lately. That's never a good thing. Gringo, thank you so much for gifting a tier 2 sub. Jeez, thank you so much.
Gringo. We love Gringo.
What is even a custom keyboard? They all are custom if you change one thing. I agree with that completely, to be honest. I think there is definitely there's this weird sense. It's a stigma between these custom and then not so custom, which is weird because if you mod something, you tune something, it becomes custom to you. But it's also how we use these words, right? Frackner, thank you so much for your tier 1, my dude. 1 year, crazy, right? What does custom mean to you guys? What does a custom keyboard mean to you guys? If I were to buy a Ducky off the shelf, mod it with my switches and put it back together, is it still considered a custom?
Yeah.
Or would you consider that customized?
I don't think I use the term custom often.
I don't either.
Mechanical keyboard, some people are custom mechanical keyboard hobby. I think I don't know. Custom's a weird word to throw in.
Yeah. I feel like it goes without saying that everyone kind of is on the same page of what extent custom means. So while something abnormal, like a situation that would be weird, would be taking an off-the-shelf keyboard and adding switches and calling it custom. I think pretty much everyone's on the same page of doing anything with a hot swap PCB that you buy and customize it, or anything you solder yourself, customize it. I would think maybe something that borders it would be if you buy an off-the-shelf keyboard that's cherry and then you put a GMK set on it. It's is that custom?
Well, you know what I think it is though, Reagan. Yeah. I think, and someone asked the question too, I think it was Champagne Stevie asked it, what's the difference between customized and custom? I think the difference lies between I think a lot of people associate the word custom with a custom case, a group buy case that you can't buy off the shelf.
That's where you get the line of what does custom mean?
Yeah. But for me, if I do use that word custom, I kind of throw it around as long as you've customized it. So
my initial thought would be either something with a hot swap PCB, because that means you pretty much parted everything out separately, or you bought something like a kit from Novel Keys, or something that you solder would be considered custom.
Yeah, words are just interesting. Like it's just one of those things, but it's like a rose by any other name. Like here's the thing. At the end of the day, guys, you guys enjoy your keyboard. This is what I've been telling everyone since like me and Reagan when we first started doing this stuff. Like he started with duckies. Like, and I still think he uses duckies every now and then too in the shop, right?
Nope.
Not anymore.
I mean, we like tested with 2 duckies just because they are under the category of like some power hungry keyboards, like with the drop board.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
drop sent us like a ton of control and alts too.
Okay, so you're using the control and alts now.
Yeah, just because those are the most
common ones you guys are using. Okay, so I mean, like,
hungry.
I think with that being said too, like if you guys are into mechanical keyboards, here's the interesting part. Typically, I kind of take that whole custom world, that custom mentality of like having something so unique and costing X amount of dollars, and like I take it and I just yeet it across the room, dude. Because that shit's like, that's where the toxicity starts, honestly.
And it doesn't matter.
It literally doesn't fucking matter. And this is kind of where I want to go with this. As long as you guys are enjoying your fucking keyboards, who cares, man? Like, if you guys have a Logitech, if you guys have a Corsair that you picked up, you guys even have a fucking Microsoft keyboard you enjoy using at home, and you just enjoy seeing everyone else's keyboards, who gives a shit? You know? I think that's the big thing. Like, even back in the day, dude, like, I thought, when I picked up my Gons GK87, I thought that was, like, above and beyond. Like, I thought that was, like, the pinnacle of keyboards. And you know, to some people it might be, and I have to be understanding of that. Because sometimes it's all people want. So what I'm trying to say is we should all just enjoy the hobby for what it is. Enjoy your time here. Enjoy the people you guys meet. I think the one big thing that I can say over the last, X amount of time I've been in here is, like I've always said, keyboards are like background noise for me. I think the people in here, the people that we've met, are like the biggest factor of why I choose to keep doing keyboards, and like why I think a lot of people are in the keyboard hobby.
Just enjoy your rectangles.
Yeah, enjoy your rectangles with friends. That's it. Was a butterfly switch MacBook, and you know what? To everyone saying things about MacBooks, I love. Not here. I mean, like outside of this place, I love that MacBook. I love the butterfly switches in the MacBook. I loved typing on that. Except my MacBook, the screen cracked in half, so rest in peace that MacBook, dude.
I really, really want to try chalk switches.
I've tried the clicky chalk switches. They're pretty good. I mean, like, they're definitely low profile. I'll tell you that much.
I really want to try. I really want to try those low profile keycaps and those switches. I've kind of been eyeballing.
Yeah.
Doing some type of build with.
I want to go to Thurman Goat's house and try some switches.
Yeah, he does have a lot.
An insane amount.
Hello, Area 69. Hello, how are you doing? I remember playing with my full-size Keeb and MX Browns like 3 years ago. Yeah. Or for like 3 years in 2013, yeah. I think one thing too, you know what, another thing, guys? One thing that I've actually learned so much is how to take care of my keyboards. I no longer, on the odd occasion, I'll eat something at my desk. Like, I'll usually drink things at my desk. I will never eat something over my keyboard now. And if I do want to eat something on my desk, the keyboard gets moved all the way to the top.
Yep. Did you read this comment by the Pokemon kid?
No. What?
He said, being the UK meetup organizer, I value the people I have met way more. One of the guys I met at the first keyboard meetup ended up being one of my groomsmen at my wedding. I agree, keyboards become a bit of a background noise.
Damn. Why is there no YouTube video for this? For Keebcast? What you mean weekday? I have a question for you guys. Do you guys know anybody who like found a partner via keyboards? Like met someone via keyboards?
I found you.
Damn.
Where's it?
Wait, I just added someone. Oh, I meant to at Champagne and say. Wait, what did he say?
I know. That's probably a stupid question. Now that I think about it, it's probably a stupid question because we've been in fucking quarantine for the last year.
Yeah.
So it's not like any of us could have been to meetups.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I'm tired. I'm tired of quarantine, guys.
I remember buying my ticket for KeyCon last year.
Alex, you're coming to the next KeyCon, okay?
Dude, I don't even know if they're gonna give Canada like.
We'll smuggle you.
No, you can't, dude. They're on
I'll just
lockdown,
put
bro.
you in a DHL box, buddy. I'll ship you. You'll be here in 48 hours.
Less sometimes, 24 hours, dude.
Sometimes like 8 hours. It's literally been like 12 hours before. Crazy.
We'll just put him in a box and give him some switches to loot. By the time he's done, he'll be there.
No, I'll do like 4 switches still. I'll put my streaming equipment in the box.
There
As
you
someone,
go.
Henry says, as someone, or sorry, Harry says, as someone who fell headfirst into Keebs during the pandemic, what's the Mech Keeb community like in the real world? I mean, like, from what I had one meetup, I don't know why I raised 2 fingers, one meetup that I went to, and that was at the beginning of January last year, and it was a few weeks before the whole COVID thing even popped up. And I had a blast. Like, I didn't know much about keyboards then either. Like, I had two or three keyboards. Still didn't know a whole lot. Most of them, I think everything I had was hot swap. And I was like using random switches and random spots. I liked the way it felt. But I think that was like more of a me trying everything that I could possibly out phase, which was really fun and really cool. But everyone there was really friendly. And I remember I got there pretty early and I met someone in the community. His name's Champchi. You guys might see him in chats sometimes. Met him. That was really cool. Met some of the vendors like Apex Keyboards and some other people. I think I even met the guy from Vint Keys. So there was a lot of cool people there. Like, you meet a lot of fun people.
Yeah,
But,
meetups were awesome.
yeah.
I got to go to one in 2019 in Austin, Texas, the Fall Meetup. And that was because Tyson invited me. He was like the first friend I made in the community, and now we're even like we're running his keycap sets and stuff. And who else was there? Like, I think like Chan was there, the guy who did 512 in the Moon Tower. We met Blind Assassin there. I'm running his set this month, GMK Nightshade. So like, obviously meetups are very, very fun. You get to see all the keyboards.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie though, man. There is like a huge want to go, like, I just want people to like physically try the stuff that I've built. Like, I'm just that kind of guy who's like, oh man, you got to try this. Like, look at this, look how this turned out. It's so hard for me to convey it over. It's so hard to be like, guys, this
woody.
is soft and woody, and you can
I'm gonna
feel
tell you in real life that it's woody as soon as I type on one of the boards.
I just want to see people's like facial expressions, like body language, you know, like when that's the one big thing that I think building these things, it's really hard for me to like get if people like, I don't know. It's even hard sometimes for me to convey my feelings about a keyboard. Like, I think we've built a terminology around it, which is interesting. Like, you know, soft, hard, flexy, bouncy. But like, what does that all mean at the end of the day? It's really hard to know what any of that stuff means without you trying it. So if you've never had a bouncy keyboard, how the fuck do you know what bouncy means?
Yeah, the terminology that's evolved to like explain things that have never needed to be explained before is really funny.
Yeah. And that's kind of where, like, back before, again, the 1 month I was streaming before COVID started, I was like, yeah, you should go to a meetup and just try, you know, because that's where you're going to figure out, you know, physically from a built board, if you're going to like something or not. It's a lot easier than listening to a sound test.
Yeah,
Or
like,
watching
I
a
learned
stream.
I liked Alice yesterday.
Yeah. Nam said, hi Alex, I'm about now 10 keyboards in and another 20 to go throughout the year. Hell yes, dude. I started this hobby around when you started, and during this time, I have to admit the community is the reason why I am in it. Getting in contact with vendors and creators, providing your opinions, seeing how rectangles develop, and inviting everyone in is so different from any other hobby that I have been a part of. One thing that I'd like to improve from now on is better form of communication. Yeah, I definitely say that's awesome. And dude, I'm glad you're enjoying your time here, man. I think communication, Discord ain't cutting it. The problem, okay, so the actual big problem with that is there's like 97,000 roughly Discords for keyboards. Right? There's roughly that. There's approximately, give or take like 3 or 4. There's approximately that many keyboard Discords. So it's really hard to be in all these Discords. But then you also have Discords, you know, this might be a bit of a spicy one, but there's also Discords that like just fester toxicity. You know, they fester like one lane way of thinking. and then it becomes like an echo chamber. And usually, sometimes those become like the bigger discords. But
my favorite conversations within the community are definitely like tend to happen within live stream chats for some reason. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like the like get your like thought out now type of like I guess space that it is. Like you have to type your thought out before the conversation just moves on past it. I think it requires people to kind of put their input out there, and where they otherwise may not put it out there on Discord or something. So there's some really cool conversations that happen in Twitch chats.
How do you explain sweet and savory to someone who's only had porridge all their lives? Dude, that's exactly what it is. It's really hard, and that's why that's I think the biggest reason why it's so hard for me to recommend certain things that sound and feel different, which are so subjective. You know? It's so hard for me to recommend you guys something because I'm basing it off of my personal likes, and that's why I try to make it as transparent as possible. And I know you guys who have probably tried things too. It's, you probably also come from a place where, it might be hard to recommend something or describe how something is to a friend who's maybe asking you those same questions, Yo, I just want COVID to end so I can meet up and buy Alex a fat steak.
Same.
Mm-hmm. For all the random questions he asks for me on Discord, dude.
Same.
I will always say this, dude. You guys can ask me. I know there's a bunch of other people who think the same way. The same question a million times, and I will always answer. There's a bunch of reasons why, but I will always try my best to answer.
I do.
Howdy, Colm. How you doing? What Macropad do I use? Right now I'm using this guy, which is the DMQ Design 1. I kind of rotate. I think next up on my rotation list is going back to Mr. Reagan's Macropad, but I rotate between them all. Whatever aesthetic I'm feeling for. I was even considering using the M6C again. But again, just whatever I'm feeling like. I love combinations that are endless in this hobby. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing that I would convey to is like with any hobby, with anything you do in life, is like there's so many different things and different ways to go about things, right? So, hydrate. I got you. I'll drink some of my Hydra Fruit Oasis Organic Clementine with filtered water.
I want you to get a juice box with like a super straw that's like really like comically large. Like a really small ratio of juice box to straw size.
Speaking of comically, so Reagan, can you tell the story about what I did earlier?
Does
sorry, guys.
Does it pertain to a Band-Aid?
Yes.
So, I ordered a prototype desk pad for Alex. Prototypes are expensive, and
he had to throw that out there.
There's currently one in existence of this particular prototype, and I don't know if Alex got a phone call or like the doorbell rang or something, but he decided instead of holstering his desoldering iron to lay it on the prototype desk pad, and it is not burn resistant.
Confirm, guys. Just letting you guys know from testing today, the desk pads are not burn resistant. But I will be repairing it with a Band-Aid. So if you guys see a Band-Aid, because it is a nice desk pad, I will be putting a Band-Aid on it. I will be trying my best to let it heal. Maybe naturally the cloth fibers will grow in and weave into each other.
Put some Neosporin on that, and
I immediately dabbed it with alcohol. I didn't want it to hurt. I wanted to disinfect the wound, even though it probably already cauterized it with the fucking soldering iron. So, yeah, sorry guys. Super shitty feeling. I was desoldering. You remember I told you guys the J key was kind of weird? It ended up just being a bad switch. So I took out the J key and then I went to go put down the soldering iron, and I guess I just like put it down weird, and I burnt like you guys can't even really see it. Okay, well, no one laugh at me. Wait, okay, it can't even really.
I can't laugh.
Oh, fucking Christ. It's right there. You see it? Kinda, not really. Anyways, I'll show you guys next time I stream. Poor desk pad. Have you guys ever broken anything? Like legitimately just destroyed something by accident?
In keyboard stuff?
In keyboard stuff. Well, I mean,
we're not talking about all the hearts you break, Chase.
Maybe
we're
in
talking
general.
about
Yeah, maybe.
keyboards.
Chase is like, I break 3 hearts daily, dude. Scratched up some protos, says Sandy. Oh no, that's even. I didn't break anything. I destroyed. Well, I burnt a hole in a desk pad by accident. Alex also breaks my heart every time I come in. No, what am I doing?
Mine too. He won't come down here to Texas.
I physically cannot come down to Texas. Listen, chat. I bought a fucking. I didn't even have one before, but I got. What are they called? The passports. I got one of those things, so I can specifically do things with Reagan. And then Reagan's like, have you heard of something called coronavirus? And then that happened.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I've had it twice. You'll be good. Come on.
What's the situation for vaccines in Canada right now?
As far as I know, and I'm speaking completely out of my ass, I'm just speaking of what I know. Like what I've heard by hearsay. As far as I know, it's if you get the vaccine, there's like a 14-week wait time. Like basically Pfizer or whatever was like, yeah, we can only like it's good for 14 weeks. Then you have to get your second shot. So usually I think it was usually 2 weeks or a month to get your second shot in the States. They're like, no, you're waiting all 14 fucking weeks, dude.
So here, I think the consensus, I may be wrong completely, but in the last 60 to 90 days, you've been able to get it if you're like medically, if it's like a medical necessity, like if you have asthma or like there's a criteria you have to meet to get it, right? Whereas I think at least in Texas, in the next 3 days, it's open to the public on an appointment basis. For any reasons, no questions asked, you can get the
in Texas,
the vaccine. Yeah. And then it is 30 days. If you do Pfizer or Moderna, it's 30 days until your second dose. If you do the Johnson & Johnson one, it's a single dose. But
yeah, I don't know what's going on here. But Barebones says my favorite production board while attempting to desolder the switches and LEDs. Desoldering can be scary sometimes. Did you do that with a desoldering gun though? Just to go back to the other question quick. And then Liam says I punched the screen on my car and spiderwebbed it because this car is terrible at maintaining an Android autocorrection. Wait, your car?
No, where is
your like your car window or your car like your car like dashboard console?
Is your car like an Apple?
The touchscreen. Okay. So it might have been the.
Yeah, he punched like the touchscreen in the center console of his car.
Yeah, I can see that being frustrating. The Ontario vaccine rolled out has been an absolute embarrassment. It is honestly, Jen. It is like I don't mean to throw shade at the country I live in, but like
I do that all the time.
I have no fucking idea what's going on. Like I legitimately like as a person, I'd say like I'm averagely informed about things that happen in Canada. I have no fucking idea. Like I
just look, come to the US, you can get your vaccine on Tuesday.
Tuesday? Is that how it works, right?
Yes, Tuesday.
Reagan and I are very dead set on converting Alex to an American.
To a Texan specifically.
Specifically.
Yeah, that's a different breed of American.
You're gonna show up and we're gonna have like a firearm for you and a keyboard.
Yeah. Wait, do you guys have keyboard? Hey Reagan, I got an idea. Keyboard holsters.
Little Macropad.
Why has no one ever done this before?
Your license.
Why has nobody thought of keyboard holsters? Right? Why? So you can just whip up your keyboard, dude.
Pulling a 65% out of like a front holster.
It's like, hey, you packing, dude? Yeah, I got the heat. What are you strapped with, my guy? 75%. Then 65% gets pulled out. Then they start battling it up, dude. Little typing tests.
I'm wielding split keyboard.
He'll need the rattlesnake belt boots and the hat. A heavy 65. Pulls out a keyblade. Oh, dude, that's.
When Alex gets to Texas eventually, we're gonna have to take him somewhere where we can get some like, I'm trying to think of the most Texas thing, like some like brisket queso or something like that.
That's not for me. That doesn't. I think maybe for you guys, but like for me, like the stereotypes of Texas, that's not in the stereotypes of Texas.
Well, that is like the most Texan food I can.
I just think of like, to be honest, it's not even a bad thing. I just think of like Texas like is really big in barbecues and grilling and stuff.
That's what a lot of people think. I think Texas barbecue is good. I don't think
Did Reagan freeze or is he just really still? don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if he's frozen or not, but he looks really happy, so I like him the way he is.
Yeah, we'll just leave Reagan like that. He's good, dude.
But yes, Texas barbecue is good, but as many people in the chat have said, Tex-Mex, like
Wait, what's Tex-Mex?
it's like Mexican food, but like the more Americanized Mexican food.
Okay, I see. It's play on words. All right.
So like a lot of Tex-Mex food, like Tex-Mex, like street food, like any like Tex-Mex like food trucks or anything like that is gonna be some of the best shit you've ever had. Who said bad Mexican food? You're wrong. It's not bad Mexican food. It's Tex-Mex. It's
Hard shell
different than
tacos
Mexican.
is like Tex-Mex. Get a frozen Mexican meal. They have really good Mexican places here in Toronto. Like really good. Dude, they have really good food. That's the one thing. I know like we talk about keyboards and like I don't know why food intertwines so much on my channel. Oh god, bye Reagan. Oh well, Chase is in 2 spots now.
Yay.
I don't know. I logged out. GG. All right. Well, bye Reagan. Reagan, you good, AO? Yeah, dude, I know. Okay, well, sorry, Chase, you're gonna be there.
It's okay.
Until that happens. Here, I'll stop streaming my thing, and that way that does not help. All right.
He said that freeze frame is golden now.
Yeah. Toronto has amazing food. It really does. And I think the one thing, like other than obviously keyboard meetups, I'm missing is like going out again, like seeing people.
I think the hardest part, like because food in like modern day, and at least here, food is such a social thing. Like going out to eat with people is very much a social thing. So yeah. It's
and like I said too, like when it comes to keyboards and stuff too, it's like the social aspect of keyboards right now is like, and I'm so grateful for things like Discord. I am so grateful for things because I think that's one thing we kind of sometimes forget is like the way we communicate online. I am so grateful for that, because if I wasn't able to communicate and share and talk to everyone here, I think keyboards would be less fun,
Yeah, definitely.
So, super happy.
Yeah, I mean it's only fun because like the community, you get to share stuff. Like you get a keyboard and then you call your friend, or like you share the content about it. The keyboards are definitely fun themselves, but a lot of it is like sharing stuff.
And I think again, like you just said, like you call your friends and you get a keyboard or something. I think there's only so much talk, and I'm sure people are gonna be like, oh, I can talk about it forever. But I think there's only so much keyboard talk you can do with somebody at a time, And so you're forced, if you want to have a good relationship with somebody in this scene, you're forced to create connections past just keyboards. So I think like the keyboards are something that we're all able to get excited about, but then we all have like so many other things that we're interested in that kind of pull us together. And I think that's like one of the strongest things about this hobby is that it really forces you to like if you want to have a relationship with somebody else, like if you want a friendship with somebody else, you're literally forced to find some other common ground outside of keyboards, because you really can't have a friendship solely based on keyboards in this. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, and I think like that if it's anything, it'd be considered like a work relationship type thing if you are, just strictly keyboard related with someone. But I don't think I would be on Twitch, says Gambit, if it wasn't for COVID. I think that's another thing too. Like, I don't think I was on Twitch very much prior to COVID. Like, I was just dabbling in it prior to COVID, but I have to admit it's really fun. It's just one of those things where I don't think if COVID happened and I didn't kind of get like, not pigeonholed or my arm was twisted into doing it, or even just consuming content on Twitch, it is really fun. And I've like, even past when COVID's done, I don't think I'm going to stop like enjoying people's streams and stuff, especially when they're building a keyboard that I'm interested to see how someone else built something.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely changed the way I use Twitch, because before it was purely for entertainment for me. Now I go there looking for some type of interaction with people, which is a very different mindset for just Twitch in general.
What would you guys say that, like, have you feel like Twitch has changed for you guys since COVID, or maybe you see it in a different light? Because before, again, I never spoke in chat. I never did anything prior to me even like a little bit when I started Twitch before COVID, but never once did I get this ingrained like into the community here. And it really is like, I think I've only met good people on Twitch, especially the other creators and even people in chat. It's funny too when I go to like other people's chats and I see I see sometimes usernames from like the keyboard community there, and it's just like this whole like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, how did you find this? It's really cool.
It's like when you go to the grocery store as a kid and see one of your friends in the grocery store. It's like, hey, you're here too.
Yeah. And then you judge them for what they have in their shopping carts. You judge them profusely.
That's not me. I don't know.
Okay, buddy.
Damn, young Alex was a savage. Like, oh, macaroni and cheese. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy, Mac.
Is that yogurt, dude? All right.
Alex has like got a shopping cart full of candy.
Organic candy.
No, Alex does not like. Alex is just any kind of candy all the time. We know Alex.
Any type of sugar I can get my hands on.
Yeah, we know.
That's it. Sub 100 viewer count streams are. What emote is that, Sandy? Oh, Chef Frank. I've never seen that when they're being used. Twitch has become one of the like. I legitimately. This was before COVID. I told my parents, I'm like, listen. Oh, I clicked the wrong scene. God damn, I'm sorry, guys. I said to my parents, listen, if you guys don't fucking cancel the goddamn TV subscription that nobody uses in this house, I'll do it for you. And I feel like Twitch, because sometimes my parents will tune into Twitch. Like my dad will watch like Makers and Crafting when someone's doing like an auto thing. I think that's like, it's such a better substitute than having to spend like $90 a month on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Real Housewives, though, bro, you're missing all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't watch The Bachelor? Come on now.
No. Keyboard, Reddit to Twitch. I feel like Reddit has become such an odd spot for everything these days. I'm not really big into using Reddit these days. Like I really can't bring myself to go. It's not even about being toxic. It's just I just can't bring myself to like go on Reddit anymore. Like I just find the platform's gone kind of stale. Like I know what's gonna be upvoted. It's some crappy meme of someone making fun of something, and then anything else is like buried in a whole bunch of questions because it just is, and you really have to kind of sort through things, or just like constantly be browsing it to see if there's something that pertains to your interest.
I think Mech Market is probably the extent at which I'm using Reddit at this point.
I use the Discord version of that now.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even, if I see someone's in like a whole bunch of mutual servers, and like maybe I've talked to them in the past, like I'll use a Discord. I don't even use Mech Market anymore there. Yeah, the MX Brown bad memes. Like there's so many stupid memes that just get like pushed to the top, and I just feel like Mechanical Keyboard's Reddit has like lost its joy to me. I love seeing. I'll go there and sometimes I'll see gorgeous photos, and they really inspiring from like an art perspective. But Yura says new layout. Yeah, different layout today. Just a little something different. I use Mech Market with AlertBot only. Scrolling through is painful. It is a little painful, huh? I've had cable for 6 years. Honestly, Spy Guy, you're doing it right. This week, on Real Streamers of Twitch. Yeah, I know, serious.
That would be amazing, by the way.
What, Real Streamers of Twitch?
Yeah.
You want a reality show of Twitch streamers?
Yes.
For
That'd be
keyboards?
hilarious. That'd be great content.
Or just in general?
Yeah, for keyboards. Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Exclusively keyboards.
What? I mean, like, we just be cooped in our rooms modding switches.
Yeah, who would be on the show?
Yeah.
It would be all remote drama. You know, like, have you ever seen the Real Housewives or those types of shows or like clips or like they have so many like meme-worthy clips that make it to the internet and like Reddit and stuff, where like the drama and stuff they argue about is so. It's like kind of cringe but funny. It's like very much like.
Yeah, I can see that.
I want a camera. I think we need a Twitch stream with a camera and Alex.
I'm like lagging out pretty hard.
Uh-oh.
Are you? Poor Reagan. It's his camera. He didn't bring his camera. And his webcam. He was teasing his webcam before, and his webcam's fighting back, dude. And thank you, Incinerate, for your Prime. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Reagan's guilty pleasure exposed. Serious. Apparently, Discord Mech Market officially has nothing to do with Mech Market. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I enjoy. I've had nothing but good experiences there. Again, everyone should always take everything safely. Proceed with caution with any transaction you make online. I don't want to see any of you guys get hurt or ripped off. So always proceed with caution. But I don't know though. You know what? I wanted to ask Chase. Do you want to ask the question to chat as well?
Sure. So, for the people who are here or who have watched us do this live before, or who have watched us or listened to us before, something we typically ask I can't speak. Something we typically ask our guests is, what are the things right now within the community and within the hobby that you're excited for, and then on the opposite end, what are you kind of scared of how it's going to pan out and whatnot? And we kind of wanted to throw that question to chat. So we'll talk about something else while you guys can type up responses to that. But I would love to hear like what you guys are really excited for in the hobby right now and in the community. And also kind of like, I don't really want to get too much into the like what you're not excited about, but I would like to hear like some of the things like you guys think we could change, I guess. Some changes you guys think should be made for the better of the community.
Yeah.
I think is a better way to put that.
And actually, I'm going to start off with Vexops. Wireless is going to be I've noticed so many more Bluetooth options. Even the Icky had a Bluetooth option, which I think is really exciting. Me personally, I don't have a use for
Bluetooth.
You don't like Bluetooth?
No, I'm canceling it. We got to start the official cancel culture movement.
Reagan, how are we supposed to charge them?
Reagan, I'm laughing so hard at how overexposed your webcam has gradually gotten.
I know. I don't know what's up.
You turn off the light facing you or something. I don't know. And you're frozen again.
Anyways.
Yes, I think Bluetooth's really exciting. I'm interested in. I've thought many times a wireless mechanical keyboard would be fun.
Chillin just said, "There goes the hotel Wi-Fi, my dude."
Oh no! Man, room service didn't do a very good job.
No.
They can't see his whole frame like we can in Discord, but man. I was gonna say I think Bluetooth is a lot of fun. Like I have like a MacBook set up behind me that I work on a lot, and for like my MacBook, I would love to use a mechanical keyboard that was Bluetooth connected. Yeah. And I know there's options. I think like isn't that one of the big selling points for like the Keychron series? Like they have Bluetooth options, I believe.
I believe so. And I think there's a lot of new keyboards coming out with it. I know the Grid 650 also had a Bluetooth option. There's been a lot of keyboards with Bluetooth options, and I think that's such a good thing because you made a great point. The MacBook Pros have all those stupid USB-C ports and not one single normal one. I say stupid, but you know what I mean, right? Like I'm not trying to be mean towards USB-C. Yeah. I love USB-C, but it's just tough to get a keyboard plugged in.
Yeah, I put it up on like a riser, right? I put the MacBook up on a riser.
Yeah,
I'm splitting it. I got decapitated.
Okay.
Yeah. But I put it up on a riser, so I have like space in front of it where there's a desk pad, and I use like a just a Bluetooth little Logitech keyboard right now for it. But I would love to have some type of Bluetooth mechanical keyboard to mess with.
Hey, Reagan. But yeah, I'm excited too. I have yet to play with the Bluetooth one, and I think I'm excited for when that actually does happen. And we also have Darok Vader saying, I'm super excited about budget boards being more popular. Yeah, accessibility is a huge thing. I think we're seeing more and more accessibility to people who maybe couldn't necessarily pick up a keyboard before, or they just didn't know, or like they didn't have time to like, trace down and lock down and be like, okay, this is the keyword group I'm going to try getting into. So I think that's a great thing, how accessibility is a big thing. Accessibility, and I will say this again and again and again, accessibility to keyboards doesn't hurt anyone's high-end luxury stuff. If anything, it only furthers the want for them, meaning more of them will probably come out. It didn't happen like that in the audio community, and it definitely won't happen like that in any other community. As long as there's a want for something, your high-end stuff will be there. Just like Champagne Stevie says, gatekeeping bad, dude. It's bad. And even with my video when I was reviewing the GM King Pro, I got a lot of positive comments saying, thanks for like looking out for people who were even, like I mentioned a few times in that review saying like, I can see this being potentially tough for a new builder. Because I think the whole purpose of the GMK Pro was like a budget board for new people getting into the hobby, or just people who wanted something that they can mod. And there was aspects of it, which is like, damn, this even posed a problem for me. Not saying I'm any good at anything, but like I've been doing keyboards on a weekly basis for over a year and a half. So it was a little tough,
Yeah.
What else do we got in chat here? Excited to watch mounting styles evolve. Yeah, look at today's mounting style. That was so interesting with the jelly gasket. This year it looks like a new surge of affordable, higher quality keybs. I'm looking forward to hobby spreading and having more options to choose from, says Minty Boy. Change, more optical keybs. Oh, I've never tried an optical keyboard yet. Very interesting though. Average Joe says, with the MK Pro, my fear is that the Mech boards are going to become too commercialized. I like how the community handles custom boards even with the higher cost and wait times. Like I said, I think we said before, I think with commercialization in keyboards, I don't think that's going to hurt anybody. If anything, it's only going to further us along. There might be a growing pain, you know, when it comes to like stock, which I think we've gotten past for accessories and stuff. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's drops like the Compietto switches and the marshmallows, which sell out relatively quick, but the core stuff's still there. So I don't think commercialization is a bad thing, but I do think that if companies do want to get into this and like they release some crap tier keyboard, obviously that doesn't work, they should definitely be held accountable for it. And I also don't ever want us to just feel like, well, this is X dollars, just because something's $99 doesn't mean it doesn't need criticism, constructive criticism. I think anything and everything always has room to improve, even people, right? So, as well as keyboards. Reagan turning into a ghost slowly, dude. We mentioned Bluetooth and his heart's sinking. He's like, what will I do?
Yes. This is my Logitech webcam, everyone. I left my camera. I was going to get it today. I didn't go into the office today. So
we started talking about Bluetooth and Reagan hit us with a peace and then he just faded away.
Yeah. Later. Really excited that all these new vendors are showing up, says name saying, and new designs that push the envelope, not the same old 65 with blocker on the top right and a new mounting system or layout, but with a new mounting system or layout. Yeah. I think new stuff. Like, this was such an interesting build. And I like I said, I understand that this, like, even with this like little, I call it a clothing tag on the side, this might not be for everybody, but it's different. And it's different enough to actually capture some interest, I think, in a lot of people who are like, dude, this is a cool product. Like, what is this? So yeah, if more people are going to do different things, then I'm all for it. Because at the end of the day, like, there's definitely always a room for like your basic 65 or 60 or 75 or whatever sized keyboard that's like just a metal rectangle. But yeah, I think pushing the envelope and trying something different and putting some of your personality into your own work is a great thing. I'm excited to see more and more vendors have more consistent in-stock items. Yes, I agree. You know, Reagan going to be doing some in-stock desk pads before, you know, previously you probably have to get those at Group Buy or with the keycap set. So I think that's even grown a lot in the last year too.
The second part of that comment also, I really hope someone can come up with something to replace TCAC/Mech Market. Yeah. I mean, eventually, I feel like that's inevitable, or if not a replacement, a revamp, I think is it. Like, if those platforms, I don't know if either one would work. Whether it's a replacement or some type of revamp for them.
Even I don't have like a really good answer to that. Like, I have no idea what we can do to replace GeekHack, other than a new website. But like, how do you migrate all the data from there onto a new website? You know,
just create GeekHack 2 and anything that was on GeekHack, you just keep on GeekHack and we just start new.
I that's the simple answer, but you know there's going to be fought with so much resistance.
That's fine. There's going to be resistance no matter what.
Right? So, to read some more comments, I also like the flexible hot swap layout of the Iki. Yeah, I've never seen that before. How like you can move parts around to get it to feel different. Really cool, and I think that's such a good design to show people like the differences of maybe different placements of gaskets and stuff. If we go Bluetooth, I don't want to lose wired option because of it. Yeah, kind of like what the phones did with the audio jack. So I can definitely see that. And stupid Mr. Bullets. Bullets. How you doing, man? Tier 1, 12 months, my guy. If you guys don't know who Bullets is, probably the nicest guy on Twitch. Nicer, I know, crazy, nicer than me, dude. I know. Cold cabled or canceled? Yeah, there you go. Let's go. What else we got? I think the hobby, I think like any hobby, the fad is what I'm worried about. Everything seems to be 65 to 75 gasket mounted, and I'm worried it will be tougher to find unique quirks in keyboards. I think there's always going to be unique quirks, whether it be design language, tech that goes inside. However, I also want to give you guys this counterpoint. I know we like to rip on like buzzwords like gasket mount and stuff, but they're buzzwords for a reason in a lot of cases, because the majority of people tend to like that. You know, I also like that, for example, this jelly sounded good without having to stick all the foam on the bottom. So I like having the option to do something, and I like the fact that it's using, you know, what is essentially a gasket mount system, because I like the way they feel, and I feel like a lot of people do. So I tend to kind of stay away from the whole like memeing on buzzwords. It's fun sometimes to do. Like I know me and Marcia did it last week, or I did it at least, to that Macropad that had everything but RGB in it. It's jelly mount. It's jelly mounting. This is jelly mounting, Chozo, because it's called the jelly gasket or whatever it's called. But you know, I think there's a lot of cool things for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I can definitely see what you mean, Micmac, for sure. More in-stock items. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more going forward for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think, Reagan?
Yes.
There you go.
That's my
Dirty
stand.
said they said they're excited to see new macro pads and where people take them. I still think that macro pads are a really cool space that I'm just waiting to see more and more.
Chase
And-
always sends me cool macro pads.
You know what I'm excited for? This is like way off of base in the future, but I would love like a slot in keyboards where we can put like a touchpad. Like you solder in your own touchpad. How fucking cool would that be?
Are you saying like the
No. Like, sorry. Like, you know, like for example, if this phone was attached to the side of the keyboard, we just got to put it together.
So if it was almost like a
Like a layout of something, that would be super cool.
so almost like a full size, but instead of a number pad there, it'd be a big touchscreen.
Yeah.
Wait, so I talked to Wilba about that last week and told him he needs to do that.
That'd be cool. Like the Cherry G80 1800 that has a touchscreen on it, like a touchscreen screen on it. I thought you were saying like Apple's. Oh no, I don't mean like the laptop pads. I mean like a. Do you guys remember way back in the day? This is like a long time ago. There was this keyboard, and I don't remember what it was called, but each button was like an OLED. I don't remember what exactly it was called. Do you guys? Am I imagining things? Did this not exist? I don't remember exactly what it was called, but every key was like an OLED display.
Oh, are you talking about like the Stream Deck? Or,
No. It wasn't.
Are you talking about like an actual keyboard?
The Optimus. Let me pull this up because I thought this was such a cool thing back in the day. Optimus Keyboard. You guys remember this? So someone linked it already. Did they link it or Dylan linked it? No, that's not it. But Dylan, that's sick as fuck, dude. I love that. Oh, where did I type it now? Yeah. It was 2008. The Optimus Keyboard had like a little OLED in it.
Okay.
Krausan reviewed one. This is a long time ago. I remember wanting this thing so badly. Yeah, this was super cool. Hold on, let me see if I can link this to you guys. Oh, this is an awful page for this. Here, I'll link you guys the image link. Oh god, this is gonna be a terrible link as well. Okay, this is just a video now. Here, I'll link you Cryosan's review. Here. Super interesting. We have all the all-in-one some makers have. Yeah, it's so crazy. Each key was an OLED. Yeah, super interesting. You guys seeing that?
Let me look here.
Super cool. No, it wasn't that shitty looking. It was actually really cool.
Optimus Keyboard.
I thought it was super like different back in the day. Like it was so. Yeah, it's like an Elgato deck on crack basically, just for your actual keyboard. And I really wanted.
That's actually kind of lit,
isn't it? And back in the day, like I really wanted that strictly because I was doing a lot more than I ever was in my entire life, photo editing, and I really wanted to put macros and like all these cool things on it. I mean, like that was 2008, though, right, Chozo? So imagine now. Imagine if someone would just do something like that now. But I feel like you would need your own custom everything for that. Like that'd be a big project to take on.
You hearing this, Wilba?
That's a thick boy spacebar on there too.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was definitely really cool. I'm out of my juice on my juice box here. This is big sad. But did you guys have any questions for us at all? I know we have been asking you guys questions. Did you guys have any questions? We are reaching almost our 1 hour and 30 mark already. Crazy, I know. But do you guys have anything you guys wanted to ask before we dip out here?
How's your day going, Alex?
I woke up late, and then I streamed, and then I fried my desk pad. Then I got really sad because of it and called you and apologized. Reagan said put a bandage on it, dude. And then I played some games for a little bit, chilled out. What films for H1s? I've been, honestly, I'll be real with you guys. For me, they all feel and sound pretty identical, but I've just been enjoying either Kelowna films, TX films, or Deskies. Those are my go-tos.
I've just used Deskies.
What's going to be the next big thing, says Mr. Bullets? The next big thing? I don't know. I don't know what the next...
Bullets?
Besides Mr. Bullets? I think the next big thing would be if there's going to be another release that's super modular, just like the Icky was, but in a aluminum format, maybe considered like a mid-end keyboard. I hate using that terminology, but maybe something that's not considered entry level. I think that would turn a lot of heads if there was another like modular version that was like a step above. But I think modularity is a big thing. I think that might be the new big thing. Basically like the Salvation, yeah.
I'm terrified of April. You got the Salvation. Like, I'm terrified for my wallet in April.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on in April and May.
There's the Salvation, and then there's like, I know Mechanist has both the Fiel and the Clip A are going on unlimited group buy for like 2 weeks. And
I have 2 keyboards coming out in April.
Which ones are those? Can you say?
The Stellar and the Numa.
Fuck,
and
man.
a Macropad.
April ain't looking so good.
And a Macropad.
Is the Whimsy finally coming out? Tray case boss, a battle, bring it. Yeah, but I think a lot of people are going to be very interested
Who's got
with
a tray
the
case? Who's got the tray case?
The Clip A and the Salvation.
Oh, Wilbur. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think there's going to be a lot of interest. I'm actually curious. I really want to see what this sounds and feels like as a plateless build. I'm very, very excited for that. That's going to happen on April 4th. I don't know what switches I'm going to put. It probably... do I want to put H1s again? Do I just love H1s that much? Or should I put FFF switches?
April 4th is coming real quick.
Yes,
that's a week from now.
It is next week.
Ooh.
But yeah, less Woody without the FR4. Maybe we go for less Woody, you know? Maybe we go away from the Woody sounding... Did you get an Onyx? No, I did not get an Onyx. Unless you should pull the trigger on the Stellar 65. Yeah. All great stuff. Notes of Citrus, says Yura. What are my top 3 favorite linears at the moment I could use for my next build? The ones I've been preferring, again, totally personal preference, and I encourage you to try out switches on your own terms as well. I've been really enjoying H1s. F switches, and what else have I been enjoying? You know what? These Duroc Palm linears weren't that bad either.
The quick zoom.
I can't stop recommending alpacas since they're still in stock and they're priced really well as well.
Alpacas are great though. Alpacas are too common on TikTok. TikTok is where I feel memes go to die. They start and they die within 24 hours.
Alpacas aren't a meme. They're really nice.
No, I'm just mean like memes in general. I don't mean alpacas. I've been hating TikTok lately. I've not been using it.
And you're TikTok famous, so.
No. I'm not. Random PSA: if you cannot get your hands on FFFF switches, lavenders are pretty similar. Aren't they like the exact same? I've been spring swapping all my FFFF switches. They need a new name, by the way. Can we never call something
You're hurting me by saying
4 letters ever again, please? Yeah, Da Vinci. Can we never call something 4 letters again? 4 F switches? There we go. F to the power of 4. They're just obnoxious. Can we just call them yellow and black switches now? Okay. There's one true king and it's black inks. Everyone, I mean, like, you can't go wrong with ink switches. Yeah, Quad F. I like Quad F.
Tempest said, "I just go. It's fun."
The switches. Yeah. Red inks. Now, red inks are cool too. I've used them. Dragon fruits. I wasn't a big fan of dragon fruits. That was the one switch that in the last year I just did not like.
F to the 4th power switches.
But I know a lot of people who did like them, Champagne. Like, a lot of people really love them or really hate them. Which tactiles have the best sound in your opinion? I wish my tactiles have the same sound as an Alpaca V2. So, I mean, the Alpacas are linear, so it's always going to sound a bit different. But honestly, the most funding tactile I've tried was a Franken switch, which was the Holy Bobas. But they are extremely, and I mean like extremely tactile. Like, really tactile switches.
More than Holy Pandas, would you say?
Yeah, dude. That's like it's a different type of tactility. You know?
Well, I've got Holy Pandas, and I've got some Boba U4, so I might have to try that.
There you go. An average baby tater. I've tried the novel key stabs, and they felt pretty good. The only stabs that, like, truthfully I have like an opinion on are the KVD fans branded ones, like those stock ones you get KVD fans. Those like fall apart. Those, like, the plastic literally disintegrates. I don't know why. The 2 pairs I've tried, both have fallen apart. And then the only other stab that I'm not like too keen on sometimes is C3. Simply not because they sound or feel bad, they're great. The installation never really clips in nicely like I'm used to on the Duroc ones, so. The screen one, brittle, yeah. What'd you say, Chase? Sorry.
Stems pop out of my C3 equals stabs, like
Did?
it's too tight, or like too tight.
Oh.
I literally pulled the stem out of the stabilizers a couple of times.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's a pain in the ass.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they are kind of brittle, average Joe. But guys, I appreciate you guys being here. Chase, Reagan, did you guys have any last minute comments, concerns, questions?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say that we're looking to do more Keebcasts with just the 3 of us as well. We kind of have gotten, I don't want to say like we've lost like the footing for what we were originally doing, but like we got so like sucked into having guests on that we just started booking people week to week to week to week. And I don't think we ever looked back and like thought like, oh, you know, the 3 of us haven't had an opportunity to sit down and just have fun with chat and just talk. So like we do want to do this more regularly. We were talking about doing this every other week and then throwing on a guest every other week possibly. I don't know. That's just where our heads are at right now with all this.
With that being said, we have Olivia on next week.
We do have Olivia on next week.
We do have Olivia on next week.
And that is Easter Sunday, I believe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it Easter Sunday?
It is.
Oh. The Olivia? Yes, the Olivia. The Olivia who made GMK Olivia and Via. The Olivia.
My last words. Buy GMK Striker 2 and Salvation.
There you guys go. But remember, be responsible with your money. Who should we raid, guys? I'm going to give you guys the option. Do you guys want to raid Lulstacks or Rubber Duckies? Rubber Duckies is like a big community person here who hangs out with us in chat. Or we can raid Lulstacks. I think he's building, I've never even heard of this keyboard. The X
That's the keyboard.
Oh, this is the one you were telling me about today.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, but thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. I appreciate it. Alex happy? Is he still going? I don't know. Is he still going? I rated Alex the other day, though. I don't want to make it seem like I'm playing favorites, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's raid Lulz. I don't even think I've rated Lulz ever in my entire life. All right. You guys have a good one. Not play favorites. I'm sorry, guys. Chill stream. Oh, I just want to see the X arc anyways. I've never even seen this thing. Reagan was telling me about it, and I can't remember. So you guys have a great one. You guys let us know what you guys think in Discord about maybe future ideas or things you guys like to see. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Take care. Love you guys, and peace out.
Later.